In the January transfer window, David Austin, one of the top transfer gurus, came out and confirmed to us that Arsenal have named Declan Rice as their number one target signing in the summer transfer window. And guess what? Things started to go on and on and on, escalating. We've seen Bukayo Saka and Rice at the national team trying to really bond. And obviously, Wilshere, who once played at West Ham, and he knows Declan Rice like as a friend, he's trying to persuade him to come to Arsenal. And Declan Rice has already started to inquire about what is happening at Arsenal, how Arsenal is like, to prepare for his next move, and looks like he's excited to find himself into that ilk of joining Arsenal. But we've been told today a very shocking story that there is a third serious force that is into the signing of Declan Rice, and that's why I've come up with this title, that why Arsenal need to act fast on Declan Rice, because it looks like a third force is coming in through. Welcome to Rokani Media. Welcome to the Rokani, not Rokani, the transfer news show here onto the Rokani Media Football. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. And don't forget to smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. We are talking Nicolas Pepe and a huge exodus that is expected at Arsenal, as we really anticipate very many players, close to 6-7 players are expected to leave Arsenal, and Pepe is one of those that has really gotten himself into that position of being put into the selling of Arsenal. But it looks like it's going to cost Arsenal a little bit, and we're going to negotiate, so we're going to discuss onto that and ask you and get us your views as far as that is concerned. Not so let's do some Declan Rice story. Declan Rice is a central defensive midfielder who plays for West Ham, 24 years of age. To me, I'm not yet convinced with his levels of playing for big teams, but yesterday when he was playing against Italy, I saw some improvements of Declan Rice, and why Mikel Arteta is one of those people, all managers, that is interested in signing him. But as it stands for me, I feel like he's an English player that the English media is pushing for him to move to a big club, because they believe that he should be really playing lots of games. And let me alert Arsenal fans. You see, nowadays, you've seen the English media coming out and really talking that Partey is one of the best CDMs in the Premier League. Wait, when Declan Rice comes to Arsenal, you're going to see how they are going to really water down the efforts of Thomas Partey to really paint a very good, to put Declan Rice on a very clean, to put Declan Rice's image on a very clean canvas, and put that of Thomas Partey on a very dirty canvas. Do you know why? They will be campaigning for Declan Rice to start ahead of Thomas Partey, and you can't tell me that Declan Rice is anywhere near Thomas Partey. You get? So anticipate that. However much the move is on for Declan Rice to come to Arsenal, but anticipate that the biased English media on players that don't hold British passports is really going to escalate. It's going to escalate. Trust me. Right now, Thomas Partey is being hailed because there is no English player that is competing with him for that position. But Declan Rice, if he comes in at Arsenal, you're going to see how much the English media is going to go ahead and really hit hard on Thomas Partey. Now, we've been told by Di is one of the credible journalists that hails in Italy, born and bred in Italy, and he's really having some good information as far as this is concerned. For Arsenal fans, he's the one who broke the story of Jakub Kiwior. You get? That's it. One of those journalists that we broke it, that was going to sign for Arsenal from Spezia. Now, he has told us that Arsenal or Liverpool are the most likely destination for him. I don't think he will move to Chelsea, as they have a lot of players in their midfield. He was talking to my betting sites. That is Gianluca Di Marzio. So, Di Marzio is hinting about Liverpool. In this old picture, we knew one team known as Chelsea. You get? We knew that Chelsea is a boyhood club that Declan Rice has grew up supporting. He would love to be at Chelsea, but everything at Chelsea looks like it's really turning off. You get? And Liverpool is in for Declan Rice. When you look at Liverpool, they are in a situation of not going to the Champions League. And when I say this, people think I'm lying. But when you look at the table of the Premier League, it is really challenging for a team like Liverpool. And Declan Rice, while at the World Cup, hinted on playing in the Champions League. I don't see a reason as to why Declan Rice will find himself going to a team that doesn't play in the Champions League. Because when you look at Liverpool, they're having 42 points. You get 42 points. Spurs has 49. So they are 7 points behind the fourth placed team. If they win their 2 games, they'll be having 48 points, and Newcastle is having 47, meaning that they'll be 1 point behind Spurs. But do you think it's a given for Liverpool to win all its games? So the only way I see Liverpool coming into this deal to sign Declan Rice is simple. When Liverpool find themselves in a position of playing the Champions League, because they have the money, and this is what West Ham are really wanting. Why? West Ham's manager, David Moyes, confirmed to us that if Declan Rice is to make a move from West Ham to another Premier League team, it's going to be an English record-breaking transfer. And if at all he hints onto that, you understand that the most expensive player or English player sold to an English club is Jack Grealish, £100 million. That means West Ham will be wanting £100 million plus. So will Arsenal be eager, or will Arsenal be able to pay £100+ million for Declan Rice? To me, I think they will. Do you know why? In the January transfer window, they had gone in and put out 85 million pounds on Nicolas Pepe. You get? So if exactly Arteta wants this player, I think we'll go in for that amount of money. But you wouldn't like to be having a rival like Liverpool. That's it. And for Liverpool, their number 1 target is Jude Bellingham. However much they need a CDM, but Jude Bellingham is their priority target, and they want to sign him at the club of Arsenal. So to me, I think the only way Arsenal are missing out on a player like Declan Rice is if they cannot put in the money that West Ham wants. But they need to act fast, because there is another third force known as Chelsea that Di Marzio is going to hate to talk about as far as this deal is concerned. He's telling us that I'm sure that Chelsea will try to get him if they know that he's close to signing for Arsenal, only because they don't want him to go there. Chelsea are buying players like it's a game, and it's a crazy situation right now at Chelsea. And this is the only thing that Chelsea can go and really sign Declan Rice. Do you know why? Like they did on Nicolas Pepe, they can come in and pay £110 million or 20 for Declan Rice, because they know that Arsenal is not going to sign that player. They're not willing to raise that amount of money. So I think the reason as to why Arsenal need to act fast on Declan Rice is simple. They should beat off the competition from Chelsea and Liverpool. If at all those 2 teams join Arsenal, they want a player known as Declan Rice. My mates, it's not going to be something easy. And there is another team that will go in for Declan Rice, is Newcastle. If Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, they'll go in for players like Declan Rice and convince them to join their club, because they need him. So he's a hot asset, hot cake that Mikel Arteta is needing, but he needs to act fast. He needs to act fast to really beat off the competition coming in from Liverpool and Chelsea that can lead to a bidding war. One will say, Rokani, Chelsea is not going to be in the Champions League. I understand. They are not going to be in the Champions League unless they win it. But, hear me out very well, but they've been able to sign very many players when their season is really very, very shambolic. And money speaks. Nicolas Pepe was given twice the amount of money that Arsenal had promised to pay him weekly. So, if Arsenal promises Declan Rice £200,000 a week, Chelsea might say, we are giving you £300,000 a week, right? Secondly, we are going to just spend 1 season not playing the Champions League, but next season it's going to be a sure, because look at the players around you. There is Enzo Fernandez, there is Kovacic, there is João Felix, and very many others. So I think they can convince him to join Chelsea. And him being a supporter of Chelsea, he will find that easy to go. That's why Chelsea will put in every fight to see to it that Declan Rice doesn't go to Arsenal, because he's a born Chelsea fan and supporter, and he would love to play for Chelsea. That is Declan Rice for you. So that's it for Declan Rice. And obviously, we are having Mark Ilwi telling us about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But before we go to Ainsley Maitland-Niles, let's first talk about Nicolas Pepe, a player that Arsenal bought expensively. He's the record signing of Arsenal, and that record would have gotten itself broken only if at all Mokalo Modric came to Arsenal for £88 million. But he was bought from Lille at £73 million, flopped at Arsenal, at Nice. Looks like Arsenal want him out, but there is a very huge hurdle that Arsenal need to overtake to see to it that they really find themselves in a position of convincing him to to leave the club without costing the club a lot. So we are being told by Mark Ilwin that Arsenal fear they might have to pay Nicolas Pepe to leave the club. Nice have suggested they might be willing to sign Nicolas Pepe on a permanent deal in the summer, but there has been no indication they are prepared to pay a transfer fee. So it looks like Pepe doesn't want to return to Arsenal. Arsenal as well don't want him to return. So it's a situation that Arsenal needs to solve. But how do you solve it? Because Pepe will say, I might not be wanting to terminate my contract with Arsenal without a compensation, and that will act well for Arsenal. But will Pepe accept it? So I think Pepe is earning a lot of money at Arsenal. He earns £180,000 a week at Arsenal. So he might be wanting to stay at Arsenal until he completes his season. Or Arsenal might find him being sold at a chip, because he has not gone ahead to tear it up at Nice, and that's why this team doesn't want to cash in for him. But if at all he had really gone ahead to really score some good goals, he would have found himself in a situation of really being cashed in by Nice. But he's not really been a flamboyant player that has gone ahead to shine down there. So looks like Nice might even go and say, right, let us get Balogun other than this player. So it shows you how poor Nicolas Pepe has gone ahead to deteriorate in form, and he's looking as a fiasco that side. So to me, if I'm Arsenal, they did it on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. They paid £7 million to Barcelona to take him, because they wouldn't register him if at all Arsenal never put in that money. So as it stands, I think Arsenal should do this and get themselves rid of Nicolas Pepe, because they should be looking in for a new right attacking winger to go ahead and really give Bukayo Saka the competition he deserves. So Pepe failed, and I think it's really going to be not good for Arsenal to lose that amount of money, but there are certain things you have to undertake to welcome success at your club. Very many Arsenal fans were really fuming when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was really thrown under the bus by Mikel Arteta. But right now, Arsenal is leading the table, and most of those called for Mikel Arteta to be sacked, but right now they are all backing Mikel Arteta that he has gone ahead to do the unbelievable at Arsenal. And they came into this season wanting to go in the Champions League, and Mikel Arteta has punched above his weight with his players and is now leading the Premier League table. 10 games to go. If they win like 8 of those games, they might find themselves in a position of really winning the Premier League trophy, and they can collect close to 96 points or 99 points to gather that trophy. Now, it's not only Pepe that Arsenal want to really phase off. There is another player. There is a huge list of players that Arsenal want to see out of the club. Arsenal are ready to listen to offers of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Albert Sambi-Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Pablo Mari, Cedric Soares, and Alex Runerson, but know that few of that list are likely to attract substantial bids. But I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles will get a team, Sambi-Lokonga will get a team, Tavares will get a team, Pablo Mari, I think we'll get a team. Cedric Soares, always Fulham wants him. I think they can take him that side. So to me, I believe all these players can be sold by Arsenal. And one thing I I like about Arsenal is that they find themselves in a position, or they put themselves in a position of really not keeping players that are surplus to requirement at their stadium. They always sell them, and you've seen very many players leaving at Arsenal for free. Look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Look at Mesut Ozil. Look at recently who left, Hector Bellerin. You get? So I think they know what the club should be holding. They shouldn't be welcoming average talent at the club. They need pure talent, and Mikel Arteta knows that. That's why you saw to it that they are really working tooth and nail to find themselves in positions of really signing in players that are really world class. Because where they are right now, they will find themselves in a position of really getting battered if at all they don't get in world class players, and that has been evidenced in very, very many games. Because quality complements quality, and big attracts big. Iron sharpens iron. So if you want to be into that ilk or galaxy of competing with the world's best, you need to be signing the world's best talent to come into your team, or the next big thing. That's it. So thank you very much for watching in through. Tell me your thoughts about why Arsenal need to act fast on Rice. I'm welcoming your reactions in the comment section below. Then after, tell me something a little bit about Nicolas Pepe. Should Arsenal bring him back and retain him, or they should really pay him off to leave the club? And lastly, the massive exodus of very many Arsenal players. What do you think about them? Do you think any of those should stay behind or not? I remain Rokani David on the Rokani Media Football. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. But don't forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 14,000 subscribers. Is it 14, 13? I think we want to hit 13,000 subscribers. So for the Muslims, enjoy your month of Ramadan. Continue fasting, and Allah will respond positively to your prayers. I'm out.